welcome back to Beyond the Rest of the and another edition of AEW Collision out of 10. And of course, we got Battle of the Belts attached to this week's Collision as well, so we'll be reviewing some big matches on that card, including Kazuchika Okada against Kyle O'Reilly. But on this card, we had some big matches as well. And none bigger than the match we started with. Ricochet against AR Fox. We got that after a promo from Moxley. These two are very similar in a lot of ways. Both of them are versatile performers who seem to want to ignore gravity when they want to. Even though they had some fast-paced sequences, it didn't feel rushed. They made sure to slow down themselves here and there so they could pick up the pace again. They were met with Fight Forever chants for an exciting crowd, and after a hard-fought 15-minute fight, Ricochet won with a vertigo finisher. It's great to see Fox get some TV time, even on a loss. He's one of those guys who never fails to perform at a high level, and of course with Ricochet in the ring as well, that was going to create a great match as well. So yeah, great start, 7 out of 10. We then got Chris Statlander and Harley Cameron batting out, and they began by locking fingers for a test of strength, but Cameron tried to take the low road, only for Stat to overpower her. This wasn't a very long bit, it was long enough for both competitors to get in a few good moves. Even with Cameron's inexperience, it wasn't bad, it just wasn't that good either. Statlander won in a few clean minutes, then demanded the mic, calling out Camille to see who's truly the strongest woman in AEW. That'd be something I was interested in saying, but yeah, this kind of just felt like a bit pointless on the card, really, so I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. We then got the Premier Athletes versus Daniel Garcia and Private Party, and yeah, Nisa pounced on Zay as soon as the bell rang to take control. The Premier Athletes cornered him for some double team offense before he used his agility to hit a nice combo wrist lock and head scissors takeover on Nisa and Daivari at the same time. Cassidy was legal for a long time and took a lot of damage before he was finally able to tag in his partner. Stokely halfway watched from the ramp as Garcia helped his team take over. Private Party was able to secure the victory with Jin and Juice onwards. This was a solid trios bout that had some fun moments. Garcia is growing into a main event star in front of our eyes, and it's entertaining to watch. So yeah, I thought this was really good, all about Garcia really and Private Party. We kind of knew the outcome, but still was a really fun match. So I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Before Cassidy starts his match with Bulk Bronson, knocking Jack Jameson off the apron with an orange punch, and he beat him with the same move in about 20 seconds. Yeah, just going to ignore that. Before, Hater was in action against Brooke Havoc, and this was a quick match that was over in less than 2 minutes as well, with a Hater A clothesline pin. As before, Game 4 promo director Hater expressed frustration being out for 2 years and was not welcome back the same way Hater was. Yeah, personally, I don't think that should be a feud going forward, but it seems like it might be. I think, yeah, Hater get her back in the title scene. But yeah, on the whole, I'm going to give all this 6 out of 10. Carl Fletcher then took on Atlantis Junior. The Pro Star came out with Don Callis, who joined the commentary on table to watch his client. Fletcher was aggressive out the gate, used his ring jacket to blind Luchador so he could take control immediately. Fletcher tried to rip off Atlantis' mask during the break, but it seemed to fire the high fire out to make a comeback. It's a physical and competitive bout that allowed both men to look good, which was kind of surprising. AEW clearly wants to push Fletcher, so it wouldn't have been surprising if he easily dominated this match. Atlantis came close to winning with a nice inside cradle, but Fletcher kicked out and spiked him with a brutal DDT. He scored the win with a brainbuster on the top turnbuckle. So yeah, this gets a 6 out of 10 from me. I thought it was an alright match. Fletcher probably always going to get the win. But yeah, it was good without being really that memorable. Before Malachi Black, Brady King and Buddy Matthews took on local talents, and yeah, you can guess what happened. Before Truth Magnum and Turbo Fly were looking to continue building momentum, but Roosh and the Beast Mortos were stood in their way. Mortis and Magnum started off charging each other like balls, and after a leapfrog, Magnum took him down with a dropkick. Floyd and El Toro Blanco had a nice exchange of shots. The Outrunners were over with the crowd, but that didn't help them avoid interference from Jalisco. The match was entertaining, especially as you had fun gimmicks mixed with classic tag team wrestling strategies. It may not be everyone's cup of tea, but the live crowd was having a blast. Roosh was able to win thanks to some help from Jalisco, but they weren't done there. LFI attacked the Outrunners until FTR made a save. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I thought, it's quite entertaining for what it was. Big win for LFI as well. So yeah, I thought it was a really decent match and give it 6 out of 10. The main event of Collision saw Willie Yuta, Claudio Castagnoli and Pac defeat Action Andretti, Dante and Darius Martin for the trios title. The most notable thing about this match was Yuta's increased intensity. Now he's firmly on Moxley's side after his feud with Danielson. Yuta's embracing his heel side with a few high flyers, a couple of technicians and a powerhouse. This match had a little bit of everything. Both teams had great spots and worked well together and put it on an exciting performance. Pac ended up getting a win for his team with a jumping tombstone pile driver. This match was over 10 minutes long and he packed a lot into it. Mox came out as the BCC continued attacking their foreign opponents. Leo Rush and Layla Gray tried to help but taken out too, as did the Dark Order. So yeah, I thought it was a great ending to show. Made the new BCC look utterly dominant. yeah, really putting the rest of the division on notice. So yeah, I thought this was a great end to the show. 7 out of 10. Moving on to Battle of the Belts, and the Continental Championship was on the line when Okada defended against O'Reilly. The crowd broke into dueling chants as they locked up and both traded holds and counters. They spent some time feeling each other out, so the pace was slow at first. This was a strong performance from both, and it was even more impressive when you realise it's the first time they've had a match. KIR is one of those guys who is lauded for his skill, but still somehow underrated. He can have a great match with anyone that never seems to get the main event push. This ended up being the best bell-to-bell performance of the night by a large margin. This bout would have been at home on any pay-per-view card, so getting it for free on TV was great. It took almost full 20 minutes with Okada picking up the win with a Rainmaker clothesline. So yeah, this gets a 7 out of 10 from me. I thought it was a really great match. Obviously, we know what both these men can do, and they definitely didn't disappoint. Okada obviously was always going to get the win, but still a great match. Before Brian Cage and Lance Archer won, Callis New Joe picked up an easy victory. Battle of the Belt, no title on the line. Yeah, whatever. Before the main event of the Battle of the Belts hour saw May take on Jay in a Women's Championship Eliminator match. Again, no title on the line, bit weird. May had a slight side advantage and not much, so it felt like a fair fight instead of one beating the underdog. They went back and forth, so it never felt like one of them was dominating the match. Jay looks especially aggressive with some first strikes and continued after a recent stint in Japan. This wasn't a show-stopping performance, but it was solid and highlighted two young women on the upward curve. In some words, surprising outcome. Jay pinned May and earned his title shot on Dynamite in 2 weeks' time. Definitely was surprised by this outcome, being a huge win for Jay, and obviously that's going to be a great match when they get back to it again on Dynamite. So yeah, obviously a big win for her and sets up a very intriguing story going forward as well now. So yeah, 6 out of 10. Overall, AEW Collision gets a 6 out of 10 from me. I thought, yeah, this was a really good show. I thought, the Okada match was great. The trios match at the end was great. But there were some bits that maybe just let the card down slightly that I wasn't a fan of. So yeah, that probably stops it getting a higher grade. But I thought on the whole, for 3 hours wrestling,
hey guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Follow us on our socials. Link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.